Second, the absolute most dangerous moment is when a rising power gets just strong enough to challenge the dominant one. So, what can we possibly learn from all of this? Well, this last section is all about boiling it down to the key principles for navigating these incredibly dangerous periods of change. This history offers some pretty timeless rules for survival. First, power is what ultimately matters, and you have to use it wisely. Second, the absolute most dangerous moment is when a rising power gets just strong enough to challenge the dominant one. Third, it's almost always better to find a win-win solution than to get dragged into a lose-lose conflict. But finally, if a fight is truly unavoidable, victory often goes to the side that can just endure the most pain.
A stupid war is one where the cost in lives, in money, in everything is just way more than any possible benefit. True victory is achieving your goals without destroying yourself in the process. And yet, as we've seen, history is littered with these kinds of wars.
So how does a great power avoid that kind of traumatic decline? The formula is actually pretty straightforward, even if it's not easy. You have to stay productive, you have to earn more than you spend as a country, and maybe most importantly, you have to be good enough at diplomacy to create relationships that are good for both sides, even with your rivals.
And that brings us right back to today. The world order that was set up in 1945 is clearly breaking down. We've just seen the historical pattern of how these massive shifts can play out. So it leaves all of us with a really critical and, frankly, pretty unsettling question to think about. If a new cycle is underway, how close are we to its final, most dangerous stage?